amazing. My homies with me and we raging. They rollin' one up and I'm anxious. Just pass it all around, it's contagious. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Come on down, let's have ourselves a big party. We're rolling it up to where the chicks getting naughty. So damn hot, like I'm the life of the party. Sorority's all here, got the ice and Bacardi. And I'ma roll up, yeah, with all of my homies. And I roll up with all the real cause you're phony. And all the cute girls, they tryna act like they know me. I'm turning right up like I just rolled up a 4-piece. The clouds in the air, that means my mind is exploding. You rolling with us, then we gon' roll to the morning. We're cruising the streets, just laying low from the police. And if they stop you, you flick it out like a stogie. You're rolling it up, cause your life kinda fire, huh? You're rolling it up, cause your pockets look right, huh? Rolling right up, cause you're hype for the function. Rolling it up, cause ain't no need for discussion. I'm feeling good, this party's amazing. My homies with me and we raging. They rollin' one up and I'm anxious. Just pass it all around, it's contagious. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Bring the girls out, roll it with the gang though. Chains on, shine hard like I'm Django. You roll it up, then you gotta reach the star show. Cause mama told me I would always be a star though. Eyes low, chin up, moving real slow. That's how these people really moving off this cloud storm. Sipping hard, ping pong, going way up. But I'm just sipping on my water in this big cup. Roll up on them haters, big new truck. Roll it up, then I slap her on the big butt. Roll it up, gotta stack it like some new bucks. If they not rolling, then we leaving, that is your choice. Rolling it up, cause your life kinda fire, huh? You're rolling it up, cause your pockets look right, huh? Rolling right up, cause you're hype for the function. Rolling it up, cause ain't no need for discussion. Roll it up, roll it up. Put that little magic in your cup. Roll it up, roll it up. Put one in the air and live it up. Roll it up, roll it up. Put that little magic in your cup. Roll it up, roll it up. Put one in the air and live it up. I'm feeling good, this party's amazing. My homies with me and we raging. They rollin' one up and I'm anxious. Just pass it all around, it's contagious. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Now roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. I'm feeling good, this party's amazing. My homies with me and we raging. They rollin' one up and I'm anxious. Just pass it all around, it's contagious. Put one in the air and live it up.
Are you going back to San Francisco? Trembling as you clutch that empty gun. Spare me all the bullshit from your master. Spare me all the things you should have done. Is that enough? 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 I don't wanna fight it no more, but it always comes out and done it. I don't wanna fight you no more, but it always comes out and done it. And if you're going back to San Francisco, you're leaving here with nothing, baby. Leaving here with nothing. Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough?
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, Boat of FooL, capital L, we here. We're doing it. It is stream time. It is a review stream this evening. We're going to be doing the review on Totally Killer, which was on the wheel spin. So definitely, if you ever want to participate, be here the following Monday, which is this next Monday. Which is what, the 4th. Yeah, the 4th. That'll be the next wheel spin. And we'll put the we'll put that in the chat there. There we go. See, that's the rules. You know, you show up and we'll put it on the wheel. You know, put the pick in the chat. We'll put it on the wheel. We'll see what we do. Otherwise, I'll just put forward mine and we'll see what we get. But in any case, we're doing Totally Killer tonight. Plus, after that, some Nick All-Star Brawl 2 and some local music. We'll keep that rolling after the review. But as always, for those who may be new or just tuning in, it is a review stream but discussion. Full spoilers, that's why there's the tags. So we'll be getting into all of that. And of course, prior to that, we do trailers for upcoming movies and games. So let's actually just jump right into it. And like I normally do, I play Shout Out the Track Justice, the cousin, also known as Shenryo Kuma on Twitch. We're gonna do some of his tracks while we do it. So there we go. Have that in the background while we discuss. But for now, let's do these. Let's go ahead and do these trailers. So the first one is called Griselda. I believe this is one of like famous
for the last 3 years,
cartel
Griselda
or whatever
has owned Miami, distributing cocaine.
Yeah.
Ms. Blanco's operation has been efficient, deadly, and incredibly successful.
Oh man.
Let's get to work. There's a lot of women who leave the man but not the life. I swear. I know what I'm doing.
Inspired by real events.
Este se supone que es el país de los sueños. Nosotros tenemos el poder de devolverle la emoción a esas vidas aburridas. Can I sell you a kilo?
This woman, I want to cut her head off. Váyase a casa, señora. I'm gonna tell every dealer in Miami not to touch your coke.
This is what that life does. You convince yourself a little more money, a little more juice, then people get hurt.
Oh man.
One woman is
This
behind
shit.
all this. Pull the right
Oh
card,
man.
the whole house comes down.
Medellín anda preguntando por vos. Dicen que hay una mujer mafiosa en los Estados Unidos, la madrina.
After all that I have been through, I'm not gonna give it away for nothing.
Okay.
De ver que tan puto lejos llego. Y que de una berraca.
Okay.
Como ella está protegiendo.
Damn.
Esa mujer no caminaba como la novia de nadie.
Okay, I see you, girl.
Pues, ¿cómo caminamos?
Como la jefa.
Like a boss. All right. Actually looks pretty good. Well, yeah, shout out to Sofia Vergara. All right. Keep it in the Netflix house. This one mainly for me.
Everything
Chris
happens
Rock.
in rhythm.
Kevin
Chris
Hart.
said, "Let's put
All
this
right,
rhythm
whatever.
together."
Chris Rock.
And I said, what do you think about destroying New York?
I'm smart enough to always check to see what Kevin's doing before I go on tour. Because I'm not getting stomped by Kevin. It's just not happening.
And I said, why don't we do something together?
We should do a tour together. I'm like, who are you, motherfucker?
This is a story of two separate journeys that end up at the same intersection at the top.
Started when I was 18, 19.
Like, what's your father's job in life? Is to interrupt you when you're getting ready to do something.
Once I got good, things moved really fast.
He's the first guy I ever heard write jokes like a song with hooks and everything.
If you made it as a comedian, you weren't like whoever on this sitcom. You're Chris Rock.
The first real comedic star that I had a conversation with was Chris Rock. Chris embraced me as a young comic.
When you see someone else who has potential, you want them to be better.
Was I famous and you like had a regular job?
I was working as a shoe salesman.
Wow.
That is amazing.
The New York comedy scene is what actually made me a comedian. There are comedy clubs until 3, 4 in the morning, and you're talking to other comics.
Just to get something off my chest before I even start.
Learning to become a comedian is learning to be you.
Kevin was doing the highest grossing tour in the history of stand-up comedy tours.
That work ethic is all attached to my mom. The biggest reward to your parents is just seeing their child figure it out. I wish my mom could have seen me figure it out.
Art is subjective. Comedy is subjective. Killing on stage is not subjective.
When we realize that we have an opportunity to make the most of a moment that'll live forever.
That's a, you know, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I do enjoy some documentaries, some, very some, but also it's hard to do reviews on those, you know, because did they present facts? Was it well, you know, receivable? All right, that's it. You know, there's not much to it. But I definitely won't mind watching that just on my own time. All right, next is Ted, a show, I think.
Hi everyone, Seth MacFarlane here, and I am thrilled
What
to
year
share
is
the
it?
trailer for our new Peacock original series, Ted, telling the story of Ted and John's early days. Let's take a look.
Ah.
Hey, Johnny, how bad is school gonna suck?
You're not gonna like it.
How bad?
Well, it's like getting your nuts smashed together so hard they become just one nut.
Holy shit.
You should be going to school every day with John.
Aha, no thanks.
You might have fun.
No, I would not have fun. I guard the house when you guys are out.
What happened to the TV?
It was an accident.
You're going to school and you're gonna grow a fucking brain.
Oh, come on!
Okay.
Hey, dog, you bringing your dolls to school?
It's the 90s. Times are changing.
Sexual education.
Let's start
With masturbation.
If you're going to assign homework, Johnny already did it this morning.
Hey, shut the fuck up, dude.
Wow.
Smoked. I haven't had sex. I haven't had a girlfriend. I'm gonna lose it.
You and me have been best friends like our whole lives. We're about to get high for the first time.
Can we have drugs, please?
Let's do this right.
Oh, wow.
Can you guys believe we're like having an experience and experiencing reality?
Is there a fucking gas leak or something?
Nice costume, fuckface.
It's possible that the two of you might not be total screw-ups.
Take a long look. This is what life is.
Holy shit, Teddy. I'm the last
Who
virgin
is
in
that
school.
chick?
We can
She's from
fix this.
something.
Gotta find a fire.
Can't think of what it is.
Get your fresh penis here.
Teddy, Jesus Christ.
Still has that new penis smell.
You shut up.
All right, I'm just trying to help.
Interesting. That might be okay. I mean, the first movie was fucking great. I never watched the second, so. But, you know, Mama Berries, nostalgia. Speaking of which, the newest Pokemon series, Horizons. So it's like, you know, after Ash.
To Indigo Academy in the Kanto region, hoping to learn more about myself. I was so excited to see so many Pokemon I'd never seen before.
My name's Roy. All I really want is to be a trainer someday, but not just any old trainer.
Of course. The best, man.
To uncover the mysteries of Pokemon and of the world.
The best there ever was.
With that girl here.
We do as well.
I don't know what I'm caught up in. Like, what's with the pendant? And why are those explorer people after me?
Come on, this way.
Oh, that Rayquaza, though.
What I'm looking for. I'm gonna be a Pokemon trainer and have some adventures.
Uh-huh. Can we not get these annotations, though? Like, damn, bro. Oh, you know, if you like Pokemon, you'll probably watch it. This caught my eye, honestly. I don't know what it is. I just saw Batman.
Merry Christmas, Gotham City. In breaking news, Gotham is officially crime-free as Batman continues to clean it up.
So,
Dad,
okay.
I'm ready to be a superhero like you.
Oh!
Merry Christmas, kiddo.
My own utility belt!
Which should only be used in case of a bat emergency.
Oh, come on, Dad. I'm not a baby.
Hey, I never said you were a baby.
Emergency! Call for help. My precious little baby is in danger.
What the
It's
fuck?
the Justice League. Sorry, Damien. I gotta go.
Shall I assume we did not see the Bat Razor?
I like it. Totally ups my intimidation game.
You have donut crumbs in your intimidation game, sir.
I promise I'll be back before Christmas.
So, a lighthearted Batman
Worst
cartoon.
dad ever.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg.
Joker!
Oh, how I want to make this a very special Christmas Eve.
And what better way to do it than by stealing Christmas?
I have to show
Wow.
Dad I can handle myself. Whoa! It's a bit saggy. Well, that one just leaves nothing to the imagination. Dad made me a bat suit? Awesome. Wait until they get a load of me.
Oh, wow.
You don't have what it takes to be a superhero.
I can do this! I'm saving Christmas!
All right, which one of you gave a little kid explosives?
What the hell? Is that Little John?
What do you say? Need a wingman?
Way to show the whole thing, though.
Sidekick.
Ow. They didn't leave anything to the imagination in this trailer, that's for damn sure. Jesus. Well, you can watch it, but after watching the trailer, do you really need to? You just saw the ending, I'm sure. Anyways, this one, Furiosa, for the Mad Max. That's a
Whatever you
prequel.
have to do.
Because, you know, prequels. That's what we're doing now.
However long it takes. Promise me you'll find your way home.
Furiosa.
Give me this promise.
Interesting. To be fair, I never watched Mad Max, but I figured, hey, it's definitely, you know, well known. I'm just curious either way.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Yeah. Oh, Hemsworth, huh? So, I should watch Mad Max at some point. A little post-apocalyptic movie never hurt nobody.
I'm Furiosa!
The darkest of angels.
The question is, do you have it in you to make it epic?
Okay. Oh boy. A Mad Max saga, huh? Okay. I mean, it looks like, you know, visually it looks really good. But as a movie, I mean, I don't know. Again, I've never seen the other shit, so. But I have seen... Why is... Oh, goddamn, I'm terrible. Well, I have seen this, though, and I'm looking forward to Season 4. If you haven't watched Gen V, do that.
Greece. All democracies fail. Because people are fucking stupid. But if you crush the masses, who builds your monuments? Who tongues your taint? The people will tear it apart themselves. You just gotta nudge them a little.
Oh, boy.
Then you get to swoop in and be the one saving it.
Like Caesar.
Like Caesar.
If there's hell below,
Holy shit. Oh, man. Oh, boy.
Watch their balls crushed.
Your team. What's your code name again?
The boys.
Oof. Who came up with that shit?
Yes. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's... If you haven't watched The Boys, great show. I highly recommend it. So still on Prime, they finally dropped their teaser for the Fallout show. I've played very little of it, but familiar with the series, so should be interesting.
I know that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
stop! Lucy!
They got the outfits down. Shit.
You need to go home. Vault dwellers are an endangered species. I do not think
you would be willing to do what it takes to survive up here.
Oh boy.
If you insist on staying, then you will have to adapt.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Oh, damn.
Tomorrow, so they say, will be a lovely
They got the
day.
music for sure. Oh, hey!
A bright new sun will suddenly break through. But I don't want to see tomorrow.
Okay.
Unless I see it with you.
The moldy one.
Yeah, they got some people up there. Oh shit, the Bears. Okay. Okay. And it's a series, I assume. So, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, series. That doesn't look actually bad. They might have another one on their hands there. That might be another video game adaptation that pans out. So, we'll see. That didn't look bad. Speaking of video games, that's the last few trailers we got before the review. First one is Spine. I've heard some of the descriptions saying this is like Sifu and a shooter. Forgot what the other correlation is. But in any case, if it's like Sifu...
Redline, as your combat AI, I have to warn you that pressing the wrong floor may lead to unexpected consequences.
Who the fuck are you?
No elevator this time?
Yeah, this shit looks clean. Like, super clean. They're doing a good job of blending the end game versus, like, their cutscenes. But, yeah, slash shoot repeat, I'm with that. Like, that shit looks pretty fucking dope. So, we'll be following that Spine for sure. We'll see what's up. I need to upgrade my shit because some of this I ain't going to be able to handle. But, yeah, VR, Resident Evil 4 on PlayStation 2, or PlayStation VR 2. Even on the Oculus 2, with the Resident Evil 4, not even like this version of it, where it's remastered and everything, looks great. It's a fun time, so I can imagine how good this is.
No way. Go there and remove those damn parasites. Help Ashley.
Holy fire! Cleansing of his sins! Damn it! You shall not escape!
Who are you gonna protect like that?
That looks insane. That looks absolutely insane. So yeah, that's coming. We got two more. And the next two are both Battle Royales. First one is Apex. Their Uprising Collection Adventure.
Most of my life, I've been a lone wolf.
unafraid to face the darkness by myself. But we need to face this nightmare together. And don't worry, beautiful. This wolf still brought her claws.
Uprising. So what is this, like a PvE mode or something? Revenant Uprising limited time.
Watch your back.
Escape Revenant.
Dropship over here. We've got to move.
Or join.
Is overrated. Time to add names to my list.
24 cosmetics. Oh snap.
The demonio will not stop coming. And he does not tire. We have something he doesn't.
Weekly rewards. Oh, damn. Damn. That shit kind of do go hard, though. I'll give him that. What's this? Oh, that's her. Nice. Alright, so I also showed that because I haven't obviously been doing a lot of Apex, but now with cross progression I will be playing that from time to time. Also doing that with Chuck Burgundy, shout out to him. So we'll be doing that from time to time. I'm looking forward to it. And lastly, but not least, is the new Fortnite season. Here's what I find interesting, because I have seen this earlier. They had the Fortnite event earlier, actually. Weapon mods. Interesting. That whole cling to the wall thing, like the movement, the parkouring type shit there. They got some pretty cool shit. Like straight up ninjas and shit. And Snake. And then fucking Peter Griffin. Peter. So yeah, pretty fucking wild, right? Pretty fucking wild. Snake and Peter Griffin in the same fucking game. Who would have fucking thought, huh? Totally killer trailer. Alright, so we're going to get that going. And we'll do it.
I'd like to report a crime that hasn't happened
So
yet.
we're going to be reviewing
Have you
this.
seen the movie Back to the Future? Basically,
Discussing it.
I'm living that movie right now, which is how I know there's going to be a murder tonight.
Hate time travel movies. They never make any sense.
Happy Halloween. How about we all stay in and hand out Halloween candy?
No, Mom.
You know how hard this time of year is for us? Your friends were murdered 35 years ago. It's not 1987 anymore. Stay safe, honey. I love you.
What the fuck?
Excuse me, what year is it?
1987.
Oh my God. I know.
The 80s are almost over and I haven't even tried Coke yet. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Mom.
Fuck off and die.
Jesus, Mom. Mamacita. Ay. Ay, ay, ay. Mamacita.
my birthday, bitch! This is a creepy-ass cabin in the middle of fucking nowhere.
What's the big deal?
There's a murderer on the loose, and you drove us into the woods. Oh my god! What? I forgot to bring vodka.
Yeah.
You have 7.5 hours until you're stuck here forever.
I need to stop all this horror before it happens. Do the machines kill us all? No. They more just rip apart the fabric of our society via dance videos on TikTok. They use dance against us?
Come on out. The water's warm. Just so you know, I don't do blowjobs. You pee out of that thing.
Just think, maybe if she did do blowjobs, she'd still be alive.
Yeah, let's not make that the lesson.
So yeah, totally kill
Engagement
it.
sucks. This is just dirt. Look at all these twigs. Yeah, I could give you a gummy this big that has 100 times more weed than this.
Alright, that's the trailer. Let's get the wiki up here. Totally killer wiki. Alright, so yeah, that's what is going on. Let's go ahead and get some music going here. Alright, so yeah, as always, if you're just tuning in or new, we discuss it, review it, talk about it. You know, pretty straightforward. There are spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled and want to hear about it, though, then maybe watch this later, either on the stream or when I upload it to YouTube. But yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a good time. Is it great, amazing, game changer? No. Nah. It took the time traveling aspect and definitely played with it in a fun way. I will say it is creative, but I mean, as you saw, this is from the Blumhouse, folks who have been doing a real good job bringing cool, interesting types of horror or newerish stories to an extent. But time will sun run out. What happened? I'm sorry. The pop-up thing stopped me for a second there. Anywho, so yeah, basically, as you saw in the trailer, it's a pretty straightforward idea. Mom, had friends killed in the 80s, and she time travels to try to, help change things. So again, full spoilers. There's a bigger reason behind the time traveling is, fortunately, in the beginning here, you'll find and have seen, if you paid, participating, that her mother, unfortunately, gets killed, which is the big reason why she gets, time traveled to prevent this, to try to stop it. So they'd mentioned Back to the Future because it obviously has that vibe, but they definitely go full against the grain with a lot of what they're doing in regards of contacting the parents and messing with the quote-unquote timeline, and they do their explanation of how time works, and it's very similar to a lot of the ones that indicate, like, hey, if you go back and you change things, you may not necessarily be changing, yourself now. Like, if they don't, produce you, you'll just be forgotten in time. So versus they didn't do the multiversal route or actual hard changes like Back to the Future, but more of a thought change. And they mentioned the Mandela effect, and they use that as an example of, you change certain people's perceptions and they remember things so clearly, but now they're like, well, hold on, there's this new quote-unquote evidence. So it's a really interesting take on the time travel genre, but making it a horror flick. It was cool, it was fun. Unfortunately, what I felt was a lot of the jokes were there weren't full ruptures. Like a lot of times, I'm just kind of like, yeah, that was funny, you know. But I wasn't sitting there like just like hacking from laughter, because that unfortunately happens. But you know, it is what it is. There are definitely some good jokes, and it's very self-aware. It's also, you know, very analytical of the 80s and how different things were then versus they are now. And in this sense, it's very similar because it's the same amount of time between now and the 80s as it was when the 80s were the 50s for Back to the Future. So showing a lot of how the 80s were. And the funny thing is yes, a lot of it is over the top, you know, slightly satirical, but these are things that happen and how people acted in regards of high school and things like that. And also how just free shit was in the sense of people didn't ask a lot of questions. They just kind of like went with it, you know. So it's very interesting because, yeah, times have vastly changed, like vastly. And, you know, we're fully aware of this. But when you look at it in that perspective, you kind of does like, holy shit, yeah, it's insanely different, you know. You can't get away with half of the shit you could in the 80s that you could now. Or vice versa, I'm sorry. You know, it's pretty good, though, there. I definitely give them credit on recognizing a lot of that. But also, you know, understanding that it is a horror comedy that, you know, it's not to be taken, obviously, any type of serious whatsoever. But it does do a good job in that respect of blending the two, the idea of a slasher film and a time travel. And that's what I was interested about when I first saw the trailer for this, you know, was like, how would they, you know, do something like this? Like, because if you're trying to adjust back in the future, somebody dying, how does that affect time? And the way they did it was pretty cool. And honestly, they did a pretty decent job of the killer, keeping you guessing on that. Because it's a habit, if not for most, if not all folks who watch horror movies, as low as, you know, well, who done it? Who is it? Can we figure it out, you know? Is it going to be logical? Is it going to be some off-the-cuff shit? Is it random? Is it a monster? Whatever. So in this case, since it's a slasher film about a obvious, like, quote-unquote normal person, you're wondering who is it? And that's the other part of it, is they're trying to figure out who the killer is and stop them. And so they did a good job of a couple of the misdirects here and there with that. And again, spoilers, we do those. That's literally what we do. So and I have the wiki up, I mean, for Christ's sakes, like, it's a discussion. But you find there's two. They went with that route, and the one was expected, the other I didn't, and I'll give them props on that for sure, because it wasn't something I was like, oh, okay, well, that good job there. That, you know, the Scooby-Doo moment. I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, so overall, I mean, everybody did a good job in the roles. I liked that a lot. I mean, who doesn't fucking love the 80s on top of it, you know? Plus, I'm an 80s baby myself, so yes, I'm old. And but yeah, you know, I gotta say it wasn't amazing, like I was saying before. I think it's where the jokes is probably the unfortunate part, because, you know, it just they didn't hit as hard as they probably wanted, and it's Blumhouse, so I mean, maybe, I don't know if they've done a lot of comedy. I don't think they've done any. I could be wrong. I'm probably dead wrong, honestly. But with Blumhouse, they're known for their horror, you know, so they got that part down really well. And having a comedic take on it was pretty cool. I liked the killer too. The outfit was pretty basic, but you know, basic in a creepy way, I guess. You know, they show you in the trailer the killer, that mask. and the classic, just simple knife-like scream, you know, which they reference at one point because, again, they take the time traveling idea and kind of flip it on its head, and by that I mean she's just kind of spewing stuff from the future, you know, mentioning it almost freely, and so that's what I thought was kind of interesting as well. And yeah, it was cool. It was pretty cool overall. The main girl, she's actually from what's her name here? Kieran, is that her name? Kieran? I always missed it. Yeah, Jamie. Yeah, her. This Sabrina for Netflix. Sabrina. She's the main actress. She does a great job. And again, I don't know. Some of the lines feel a little forced in some cases, but I liked it. It wasn't a waste of time. I definitely would recommend checking out if you haven't watched it up until this point and you didn't mind any of the spoilers you're seeing or hearing. And you want to see it for yourself. I definitely recommend it. But again, ahead of time, this is always announced. So, the soundtrack. You can't go wrong. I mean, they did the proper 80s songs at the right times. It all worked well there, for sure. But yeah, I like what they did. I like the idea of it. I can understand why. At least I haven't seen it talked about a lot, as far as I can tell. I don't know how well this was received. Is there a way to indicate that? Here we go. Reception. Here we go. 87%. 6.2. So yeah, I can kind of agree what's going on with some of these. 3, 4. Yeah, you know, it's a pretty solid flick overall. You kind of get what you're paying for in a sense. But then again, you're not paying for it because it's on Prime, so you technically are, but not. You know, but in that regard, you get what you're given. You know what you're going into. Especially if you watch the trailer, you're like, oh, okay, it's exactly what they indicate. But yeah, good time overall. And I will say, before I move into the review or rating and scene, I will say one other thing is her mother, again, because she's going back in time and she's with her mother and friends. And, the whole group of them portraying Molly Ringwald was pretty fucking hilarious. They all dress like her. And the way she finds her mom, and her mom's an utter bitch, which is hilarious. So it's pretty funny. That whole thing, I thought it was great. It's pretty interesting view on it, I guess. Again, they went heavy on the satirical version of the 80s, but it's not far from the truth at all. We all know it's not. All right, so in any case, favorite scene from the movie for me, it's kind of tough. I liked it overall, generally, but it's like I can't say one scene really. Probably. I would say the cabin, actually. So when the obviously you saw in the trailer, they end up in the cabin. That whole sequence, it was actually pretty funny, because the way they allude to that cabin, and I forgot in the trailer, so that kind of helped, I guess. But you know, it was through how she died out there, and she's trying to avoid them from getting out there, and they still end up out there, and that whole thing was actually pretty funny for overall. And I would say that mainly, but other than that, not bad. Definitely worth a view. Score wise, I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna hit it with a 6.8. Yeah, we'll do that. 6.8 out of 10. Yeah, randomness in the middle. Not bad, but not amazing, but a good time. So yeah, we'll do that. 6.8. All right. So I appreciate everybody who has been hanging out so far. Next wheel spin is this Monday night, so be there. Stream starts at 8, spin at 9. So if you want to get a pick on the wheel, be here Monday night. And then, yeah, we're going to get into some Nick All-Stars Brawl. So let me go ahead here and switch it up to the